Good morning, my friends. My name is Gerdes, and this is your daily brief. If you're going to watch just one video about Ukraine today, watch this one too. Okay, let's get started. Losses of the Russian occupiers in Ukraine, 800. But the tanks, the armored combat vehicles, the fuel tanks, it's lower than it has been. Even the 800 figure is a little bit lower than it has been in recent days, which is curious because it seems like Putin wants to run a victory lap on May 7th when he's re-inaugurated, and on May 9th, which is their annual parade through, well, I don't know how much of a parade they're going to actually have through Red Square, because most of their vehicles are up in Ukraine, but we'll see how that works. Here are the losses. Andrew Perpetua shows us a good 4-to-1 ratio, and that's healthy for Ukraine. Air defense eliminates 15 out of 16 enemy Shaheeds. But if you read down through the article, and you need to do this, the command noted that on the night of April 23rd, today is April 23rd, the Russian occupiers attacked Ukraine with 2 Iskander missiles, and they didn't say that they shot those down, so those seem to have gotten through. Okay, let's talk about this ship, this oldest ship in the Russian Navy, oldest serviceable ship in any Navy anywhere. Now, a number of you emailed me or put comments or posts or whatever that, well, no, what about old Ironsides and what about this ship and this service? No, oldest serviceable ship. It's still operating with old Ironsides is still there, but it's not like performing military service. It's out there to do public relations. This one was actually doing things. So Ukraine strikes Russia's Kommuna submarine rescue ship with Neptune missiles 2 days ago, right? And this is what it looks like, and it has a diagram that can show you about what its features and functions are. I'm not going to play the video, but you can see it burning in this picture. It's the still picture. I'm not showing the video. Okay. Bearing the title of the world's oldest operational vessel. I didn't make this up, okay? So stop posting that. The Kommuna has served in the Russian Imperial, Soviet, and Russian Federation navies, and during the Russian Revolution and 2 World War. It's older than the Soviet Union. Like, that's pretty impressive. Due to the current situation of the war, Russia doesn't seem capable of replacing such an old ship in the near future, because it wouldn't be able to deploy another rescue vessel in the Black Sea, because Turkey doesn't let anything in during a time of war. That's been a long-standing tradition and convention with them. Okay, so, and what's interesting is this is a salvage ship that can rescue or raise sunk ships. It seems like that's a useful facility for the Russian Navy. Originally laid down in St. Petersburg as the Volkhov in 1912, the Kommuna underwent several transformations over her illustrious career. Notably in 1917 alone, she was called on at least twice to raise sunken vessels, demonstrating her vital role in salvage operations. And again, given what's happened in the Black Sea, you would think something like that would be pretty useful. The article went on to say that it's not going to really impact Russia's offensive capabilities, but there we are with understanding what this ship could or could not do. Okay. UK Prime Minister is ensuring Ukraine wins is the most important thing we can do for global peace and security, and that's why we are increasing our support, backing Ukraine with £500 million for military aid and delivering our largest ever package of equipment. So awesome, UK. The UK has consistently kept coming through. There's some, like the Baltic states and Poland and Germany has been very good recently. The UK just keeps coming through for Ukraine. Okay, Lithuania. Well, talking about the Baltic states. Here's Lithuania announcing the transfer of a batch of M577 Command and Staff Armored vehicles to Ukraine. It arrived in Ukraine today. The exact number of vehicles was not reported. But again, Lithuania is punching above its weight. Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia all do this. They were incorporated into the actual Soviet Union, not just the Warsaw Pact, but part of it, overrun by the Russians and didn't like that experience, and they have been working really hard on Ukraine's behalf. For context, Lithuania is a country of about the size of West Virginia in the United States. Okay, the Ukrainian defense industry is testing new domestically produced searchlights with thermal imagers and laser targeting for mobile air defense groups. Like their ability to be creative and figure out how to use technology or leverage technology has just been astounding during the war. Okay, what does RT have to say? Let's look at that. Ukraine has lost almost 500,000 troops. Okay, so generally speaking, when you look at Russian state media, they tend to reverse things and then I've had people point this out, and I think this is right. They get things wrong by an order or magnitude of 10. So if you just say, how many have they lost? Well, 50,000. Well, okay, 500,000. Now, I'm not saying it's exactly 10 to 1, but it's a large, crazy large compared to what it was. It's not like, oh, you missed it by, you doubled it. It's never like that. Ukraine military losses since February 2022 have reached almost 500,000, Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu claimed on Tuesday. Now, he's not always wrong. Here's another article. Russia has seized the initiative in Ukraine conflict. That's undeniable. They have seized the initiative, and it's very hard for Ukraine right now on the battlefield. And in spite of the amount of Russian losses, they're on the Ukrainians are on the back foot. Our high combat potential allows us to constantly strike the enemy and prevent him from holding the defensive line, Shoigu noted, estimating Kyiv's losses at 500,000. Well, there he goes wrong again. Since the start of the conflict, he also recalled that last year's much-touted Ukrainian counteroffensive, prepared with the help of NATO instructors, has been a failure. Our servicemen have dispelled the myth of the superiority of Western weapons, he said. Well, yeah, you can dispel a myth when there's no actual NATO Western weapons there and they're on the back foot. But what happens when they show up? And they will show up. Here's a post from, this is from the Kyiv Post. Our artillery is starving. Ukraine holds its breath as U.S. set to approve $60 billion of military aid. Okay, that's right. And when they don't have the weapons to fight you back, it's easy to claim things. But the majority of the weapons, here's the insight that you need to understand. The majority of weapons from the new U.S. aid package are stationed in Germany and Poland, which will significantly expedite the delivery of military assistance to Ukraine. So, right now, they're about to be talking about this. And by the way, this is your chance to write your senator right now. Okay, I put this out 2 days ago. When to write your senator, what to say. I tell you, I give you the script, show you how to find them. Please go and look at that. And then you can look at what's going on the House floor. Go to senate.gov and you'll be able to see this proceeding today. Now, when they get this, it won't take, I don't think, a lot of time in the Senate, and then Joe Biden will sign it, and then they're off to the races because they can expedite it from Poland or Germany to Ukraine. So it won't take that much time to get certain objects, not everything, but certain things to the battlefield. And we're up against the clock because the Russians really want to press their advantage, but I don't see them actually pressing like they should be. Like it's like they don't know that they're up against the clock. It's very strange. And in the meantime, this is a metaphor alert. The Ukrainians have been almost superhuman in their ability to go above and beyond. I don't believe this guy's Ukrainian. That's not the point. I just found this video and I thought this is a metaphor alert of what it's like for the Ukrainians.
Yep, that's it. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Yes!
I mean, they just do these amazing things and you're just watching it going, wow, how did they did that too? Okay, that's all that I have for you today. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the likes, the shares, the subscribes. Thank you to my patrons, and thank you for being the kind of person that cares about Ukraine.